What's going on, guys? Today we're looking at Nabono, Lucas Barbosa, probably one of the biggest cycling, influencers, pure influencers, like not a racer, not a pro or anything, just a guy that does his TikTok, Instagram and stuff like that. I'm guessing most of you have seen his stuff pop up somewhere in your explore feeds and things like that. So he's got Instagram, 381,000 followers. That's a lot for cycling, and something like the fitness scene is probably not huge, but for a cyclist who is doing specific cycling things and is not a professional, that is a lot of followers. TikTok as well, 1.5 million likes, 88,000 followers. He's also got he's got an OnlyFans. If you click through here, he's got that set up. So it's definitely a bit of a scene here. But reason for looking at this is he did a thing about his diet. So he's famous for his legs. He's got the quads, does the flexing. Okay, music's not on, but yeah. So he does lots of kit stuff with his legs flexing. Pretty lean guy. So we're going to look at what he eats, because he did a what I eat in a day kind of Instagram story highlight thing. So firstly, we got to look at, so what sort of rider is he? Is he just doing this to look good? Does he ride a lot? Is he performance-based? So let's have a quick look through his Strava. So let's have a go through... Well, there's a lot of groups here. Clubs. Oh my God. Still going. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Holy shit. That is a lot of Strava. That is the most Strava clubs I've ever seen someone join. Wow. Okay, but let's have a look at training volumes. What's he doing? I had a look through most of the weeks. It looks like sort of a social rider, because he's obviously doing his social media stuff. So bit of a group ride, photo shoots, lots of group rides. He's in Miami, so they have a lot of bunch rides and stuff around. Jesus. Recovery ride. So I had a look through. I don't think he's too into the performance side of things. He obviously wants to be pretty fit, ride with his mates, but he's not looking to, he doesn't look like he rides with a power meter. He's not someone who's doing these like watts per kilo targets, looking to go to the next level in terms of performance. Looks like he just wants to be fit. He also does gym work. He's posted some stuff in the gym. So let's have a look at what he eats to maintain, I guess, that training volume. He's still doing decent volume. I mean, most of these weeks were, let's go back again, so 8 hours, and some of the bigger weeks he's doing 12. He lives in Miami, so there's no hill, so the speeds are going to be pretty high, but 12 hours. So he's doing a decent amount of training. Let's have a look what he eats to maintain that level of musculature.
All right, since many of you have been asking what I've been eating, what I've been doing differently, I just kind of wanted to give you guys an overview of what I eat. Black beans, about 100 to 120 grams of that. I weigh everything on this scale right here, and then I put it on my plate. A cup of blueberries.
Initial thing looking, it looks quite like this is a pretty small dinner. I'd be pretty hungry, I think, if I ate this. Maybe this was a rest day. He wasn't doing that much training, so maybe he wasn't super hungry, but the portion size looks quite small. Like, that's salad with the blueberries, and then all he's got in terms of the actual meal is the beans and this rice stuff. So yeah, serving size looks a bit small, and he's weighed it. So he's doing portion control, that sort of thing, if he's weighing everything out on those scales.
A cup of spring mix salad and 130 grams of turkey. And down here we have quinoa pasta. It's 120 grams I put. So everything is weighed. And
quinoa pasta, never heard of that before. This actually looks kind of tasty. Like, that turkey looks like it's got some seasoning stuff on it. These beans look pretty good. So overall, I mean, it looks kind of tasty, but yeah, just the serving size looks a bit small.
I'll just take you throughout my day of like what I eat in a day, since many of you have been like messaging me and in the comments as well. So let's get to eat. So guys, this is my breakfast
and just
every day.
And just also, given the training he's doing, the weights, the content, the social media stuff, I'm guessing his goal is just to get lean but maintain his muscle. Might not necessarily be looking for pure performance, like watts per kilo increases, or looking for getting skinny. He probably wants to maintain his muscle and just get a bit leaner. So just when looking at his diet, needs to keep in mind the goals that he's got which is probably that muscle mass maintenance.
Before my ride, before my run, whatever the heck I'm doing in the morning, this is my breakfast. 2 cups of this good karma milk in the morning. I use this one because it has protein. So my nutritionist is like, oh, you need more sources of protein in your diet that's not meat. So this has 8 grams of protein per serving, so you're going to total of 16 if you use 2 cups. I put 1 banana and I put 1 cup of this berry blend in the NutriBullet, and I, bullet it up in the morning and have this as my breakfast. It is not too heavy, not too light, so it can keep me going for a long time. And now I'm off to the store to buy some more milk because I am completely out.
All right, so that is his pre-ride meal. So we've got this flax milk, which I'll bring up in a sec, a banana, and the berries. Banana, that looks like a small to medium-sized banana. That might be 30 grams of carbs. Because pre-ride, you're looking for mainly carbohydrate, but also for him, probably protein. If he's not totally performance-based, he's just looking for something to settle his stomach, keep him full, and not necessarily too concerned about the fueling side of things, then he'll probably want some more protein as well. So a protein and carb meal pre-ride. And then the berries, how much, there's not that much carbs in a cup of mixed berries. Maybe 15 grams of carbs, maybe. A cup of berries doesn't actually weigh that much. So what's that? Let's say 40 grams of carbs plus this milk. So this is the milk here. What do I think about this? Flax, I've never seen this before. Unsweetened flax milk plus protein. So omega-3s, pea protein, and some minerals. Nutritional facts. So we got filtered water, and then the milk portion comes from the organic flax oil. That's where those omega-3s would be coming from. Then there's the proteins from pea protein, which is fine. Fortified with calcium, good. Anything else? Salt. And then vitamin A, vitamin D2, and vitamin B12. Which is cool. Interesting thing here as well. 1.1 milligrams of iron, which I was surprised. It doesn't look like there's any iron added in separately as an ingredient. So I'm not sure where this 1.1 milligrams of iron's coming from. That's not heaps, but it is a decent amount, especially if he's having a few cups of this per day. Like, he could almost be getting half his daily iron requirements just from this milk if he's having, maybe 4 cups of this a day. So I'm not sure where that iron's coming from. If anyone knows, comment below, because it doesn't look like any of these ingredients would be high in iron. Anyway, it looks pretty good. Carbohydrates, what have we got? 1 gram of carbs, so almost no carbs. Quite low fat as well even given that it's got flax oil in it, it's actually quite low fat, and then 8 grams of protein, which is pretty high. So let's say in that shake he's making... Whoa.
Every single morning, guys, for the past 2 weeks.
Just to summarize the shake there, the pre-ride shake, he's got about 40 grams of carbs, 2 cups of the milk, so that would be 16 grams of protein and a few grams of fat. So that's pretty good. I mean, at least he's eating something. There's a lot of people out there that won't have anything before they ride, so I'm glad he's taking in something in. This will keep him pretty satisfied. If he was more from the performance side of things, I'd probably say he could be getting a little bit more carbs in, or intaking carbs pretty early on in the ride, so not waiting for like an hour and a half in to start bringing the carbs in. But if he's just trying to maintain muscle mass, not too worried about performance, this is probably fine for that. So yeah, thumbs up. I think looks pretty good. So the different milks here, thankfully most of them are fortified these days, so you'll be getting your calcium and stuff. The Oatly though can be high in fat, especially the Barista one. It's quite high in fat, so it makes a bit of foam when you're frothing it up. So just be careful with some of these plant-based milks. Can be really high in fat, and most of the fat sources, like in the Oatly one, it's just I think it's sunflower oil or canola oil is the fat source, which is like, you don't really need that to be getting in like excess of that through your milk. So yeah, keep an eye on that. I think the regular one's okay, and this is the one he's going to use down here, down the bottom.
That I use for breakfast. So there you have your almond, there you have your oats, and down here is where the good karma, the flax milk one is. Very important that you get it unsweetened. Your store might be different, but very important that you get unsweetened. I'm going to get one of each.
I mean, you can get the sweetened one. Depends when you're using it. If you're using it in a pre-ride or a post-ride shake where you want to be getting carbohydrates in anyway, could be fine to be getting the carbs in through the milk. I don't really see depends on the use.
I've never tried this one before, so I'm gonna get this one, and I'm gonna get this one. Just wanted to kind of throw that out there. It's this much, $6.49 here.
Oh, it's pretty expensive. How much? I guess it's 1.88 liters. Yeah, so half a gallon's pretty big. I mean, it's a pretty big thing. It's pretty expensive US dollars. What's that? Yeah, nearly $9 Australian for that. It's pretty expensive, but I mean, it's pretty good. Good protein, good fortification.
Where you are, it might be a little bit less. But yeah, I got this, and then I got these bananas. I'm gonna try out this new cereal as well because it has 0 grams of sugar, has some protein, some fiber, and it's gluten and grain free. So I'm gonna try out this flavor, and this flavor. If you have any cereal recommendations, let me know.
Yeah, so this is where I start to think he's going more for the muscle maintenance, for the fitness. The fitness side of things. So he's got here keto-friendly cereal. 0 grams of sugar, 11 grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber. Doesn't say how much fat is in it to get an idea of how many calories it would be. This is not something you'd really be having from a performance point of view as a cyclist, from a fueling point of view. But for someone like him who is in the gym a few times a week, is looking just to maintain muscle mass and get a bit leaner, and is not too worried with back-to-back training, recovery, power output, those sorts of things, it's probably fine. So then final meal of the day, 100 grams of beans, a cup of salad, half a cup of blueberries, 120 grams of rice, 115 grams of chicken. Looks pretty tasty. It's just the serving size looks a bit small for me. I'd probably still be a bit hungry after that. So I'm not sure what else he's eating to stay full throughout the day, because this doesn't look like a full meal to me. I'd be pretty hungry after that.
What is going on, guys? So this is my breakfast for tomorrow. This is what I take before every single one of my rides. Good caramel flax milk with protein, a banana. I chop it up so it can fit in the NutriBullet. 1 cup of that milk, just pour it in here. And then also 1 cup of this organic antioxidant berry blend.
Good that he's taking in food before a ride. Again, there's a lot of people that aren't comfortable eating or feel a bit sick when they start riding, things like that, so tend not to eat before they go out for a ride. So it's good that he's taking some form of fuel in.
This gives me a lot of fuel. I'm actually going to put another cup, so 2 cups of this milk right here. So this gives me a lot of fuel for a long ride, short ride, hard ride, whatever. Doesn't, I don't feel hungry during the ride. And I also make a double dose for after. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. Really, really help those of you that ride fasted like I used to do. Try this out. I bet you will feel 100% stronger, better, and let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, awesome. So he used to do the fasted rides, didn't take anything before, started doing this, felt stronger on the bike. The only thing I'd probably add to this would be, as I said before, if you're doing a longer ride or even a harder ride, maybe trying to get in some more carbohydrates through this. Or if you don't feel like you can stomach that, you would be trying to bring on more carbohydrates earlier on into the ride. So yeah, that's awesome. Something you can probably also play around with as well. Like, I know sometimes people are a bit nervous to bring more carbohydrates on, but I think it's just worth a try. Especially if he's going for more of the performance side of things as opposed to just the muscle maintenance and just riding to get a bit leaner side of things. I'm usually looking through things through the lens of performance.
Alright guys, so I am doing a double portion for tomorrow, so I can take this is a way smaller cup than the first cup that I did. I'm going to show you guys. So this is the first cup I do in the morning, pretty big, it's filled up to here, not all the way to the top. But I do this one because you are actually supposed to have something in your system 20 to 30 minutes maximum after you finish your workout or your ride. So it's very important. This is very easily digestible. I am going to do a little bit more of milk, but regardless, very important that you have something in your system food takes way longer to digest than this does. So this is nice, quick, and easy. You're gonna be able to, just drink this up, and then you can have your meal later on when you get home, or when you get to work or whatever. But yeah, guys, there's a tip. Hope this helps, and let me know what you think.
So yeah, that's good. Protein and carbohydrate timing are very important. So getting them in after a ride through a shake is good. What I would say though about that shake post-ride, if we look at the protein, the carbohydrates, if you had 2 cups of milk, that would be 16 grams of protein. I think after a ride, that's probably fine. If this is after a gym session, probably want a little bit more. You probably want to get in closer to 25, 30 grams of protein in. After a ride, I would say this would be too low in carbs. Remember, it was the banana and the berries, so it was around 40 grams of carbs. If this was a shake to have after a ride that was more than 2 hours, I would say looking for more 1 to 1.5 grams of carbs per kilogram of body weight. So for someone like me at around 75 kilos, I might aim to get in between 80, 100, 110 grams of carbs in my post-ride drink if I've done a long ride where I'm needing good glycogen restoration to perform better the next day or in a few days' time. So really good that he's getting that shake in there. I would probably say just adjust that based on the training. If it's gym session, higher protein, moderate carbs. If it's a recovery drink after a endurance session like a ride, you probably don't need as much protein, but you need much higher carbohydrate intake. So keep that in mind, but good overall. That's actually it. So that is it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.